Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IAS. So we'll be starting with a new chapter, that is average. This is the first question. Okay, very nice, cute, simple question I have kept as the first one. It says the average of three integers is 13. When a natural number n is included, the average of these four integers remain an odd integer. The minimum possible value of n is. Essentially, you just have to try all the options. Pause and try. Okay, now so average of three integers is 13. So that means a plus b plus c. Now one thing that I'll be using throughout is sum is equals to average into number. The usual formula that you know is average is equals to sum of observations upon number of observations. I've just sent n here. So this becomes average into number. So how I think it is basically, let's say average of three integers is 13. So I think it like the average is 13 for how many numbers? For three numbers. So 13 into 3. This is how I write it. So a plus b plus c is equals to 13 into 3. Now, so 13 into 3 is what? So a plus b plus c is equals to 39. Now, it says, when a natural number n is included, the average of these four integers remain an odd integer. So some natural number n is added. So and it is talking about its average. So a plus b plus c plus n by 4. This should come out to be an odd integer. Correct. Now you can just check it by option. Nothing much. Now, if you see here a plus b plus c is 39. So 39 plus n by 4 should come out to be an odd integer. Now, let's start. If you put 1, so you will get here 40. 39 plus 1, 40. 40 by 4, what you will get? 40 by 4 is 10. Correct? Is 10 an odd integer? No. So this is not correct. Then, if you put 3, it will come out to be 39 plus 3, which is 42 by 4. This is not divisible by 4. So you will get something in decimal. Correct? Not an odd integer. Then, let's try 4. So what you will get? 39 plus 4 becomes 43. 43 by 4. Again, not divisible, won't be an integer. Last, 39 plus 5. 39 plus 5 will be 44. 44, 11. 11 is also an odd integer. Answer becomes D. I have told you this obscene number of times. So if you are doing this, that if you have to do the same operation in all the options, you always start with D. If you would have started with D, immediately you would have got to the answer. This is just to show you how to do it. Then, next, this is a good question. Okay. Now, it will check all your basic understanding and calculations. So it says the average number of copies of a book sold per day by a shopkeeper is 60 in the initial 7 days. Now, see the notation also how I am writing this. So sum from 1 to 7, initial 7 days is equal to, what is the average? The average is 60, correct? This average is for how many days? Sum is equal to average into number. This is for 7 days. So this is 420. Then next what is given? It says in the initial 7 days and 63 in the initial 8 days. Correct. So sum for 1 to 8 is 63. Correct. This is the average for how many days? For 8 days. Correct. So this becomes 63 into 8. This is 8 4 8 3 is 24. 2 carry 8 6 is 48 plus 2 50. Fine till here. Now let's see the next thing. After the book launch, on the 9th day she sells 11 copies less than the 8th day. So first I must find out what is the number of copies sold on the 8th day. How do I find that? This is 1 to 7, this is 1 to 8. If I subtract this from this, what I am essentially getting? I am getting what he sold on the 8th day. Because essentially what is this? This is like 7th day. And this is what? 1 plus 2 plus 3 up till 7th plus 8th also. Correct. So this is common. This will be subtracted and what is left is what he sold on the 8th day. So what is the difference between them? So that you get sold on the 8th day. What is the difference? 504 minus 420. So on 8th day he sold 504 minus 420, 80 plus 4, that is 84. So on 8th day 84 was sold. Now on the 9th day he sold 11 less than this. 11 less than this means what? 73. Fine till here. Now the average number of copies sold from second day to ninth day becomes 66. Okay. Now, one more thing is given, that is sum from second day to ninth day is the average is actually 66. But this 66 average is for how many days? Is it for 9 days? No. It is starting from first day. Correct? It is not starting from first day, it is starting from second day. So in total there are only 8 days here. So this into, correct? 8 6 are 48, 8 here, 4 carry, 8 6 are 48 plus 4, 52. So this comes out to be 528. This is sum from 2 to 9. Now, the number of copies sold on the first day, very easy. What you can do, basically, you can find the sum for 1 to 9. Now, 1 to 8 you have already found, which is 504. So, 1 to 9 will be what? 504 plus that on the ninth day. Correct? This is till 8th day. Ninth day also I add. So, this becomes plus 73. 4 plus 3 is 7. This is 7. This is 5. 577 is what you will get. Now, this 577, so this is sum from 1 to 9 is 577. Correct? Now, 2 to 9 is 528, 1 to 9 is 577. What is the difference? The difference between them will give me what was sold on the first day. What is the difference? 577 minus 28. What I will get? So 528 and 527. So I will get here 49. B becomes the understood. If it was 578 minus 28, then you even immediately see 50. This is just one less than this. 49 becomes the answer. Fine. Simple. Now, by the way, if you want to ease out the calculation, there is another way. Okay. Not very short, but little shorter. That also, let me tell you. Okay. Let me tell you that also. Yeah. Now, this method we have talked about, that what you do here, you write here number of observations and you write here average. Now, in the first scenario, it says for the first 7 days, so number of observations 7. What was the average? The average was 60. Then for the first 8 days, so number of observations is 8. What was the average? The average was 63. Now, this difference is of plus 1. This difference is of plus 3. What you have to do? You have to make two smileys. One upward smiley and one downward smiley. Add them, you will get the answer. So basically 1 plus 63 and 3 plus 7. So this becomes 1 into 63 plus 3 into 7. That is 63 plus 7 3 are 21. 63 plus 21. What is this? This is 84. Now what is this 84? See, what has changed in this from 7 to 8? Only the 8th day is added. So this is equals to what was sold on the 8th day. Easy. Now, if you got the 8th day, 9th day you can write right here. What will be the 9th day? 11 less than this, that is 73. Correct? Now, it is asking you what was the amount of books sold on the first day. So basically, sum for 2 to 9, this is equals to what? Sum for 2 to 9 will be equal to, what is the average? 66 into 8. Correct? Now, what is the sum for 1 to 9? 1 to 9. So sum for 1 to 9 is equal to, till 8th day, it is 63 into 8. Correct? Plus 73. Now what I can do? I can take this up, take this down and subtract it. So let me write this below it like this. Now, can you see the subtraction very easily? How it will get subtracted? So now if I subtract these two, what I will get? I will get what he sold on the first day. So first day. Now see how I am subtracting. So I see here that I can take 8 common, correct? And this becomes 63 minus 66. So minus 3 into 8 and plus 73. Now minus 3 into 8, minus 3 into 8 is minus 24. Minus 24 plus 73. Answer is 14. B becomes the answer. This is another way of doing the same calculation just without getting into three figures. That was my whole point. Okay. Now, this one. Let's see the average salary of 5 managers and 25 engineers in the family. In the not a family. This company is not a family. So basically, in a company, 60,000. Now, if each of the managers received 20% increase while the salary of the engineers remained unchanged, the average salary of all 30 employees would increase by 5%. The salary in rupees is, you can do this, that 5% of this is equal to 20% of that. All that is fine. I am going to do it using the simplest method, that is just writing the equation and solving, because there are too many variables anyway. So now let average salary of manager be M and that of engineer be E. M and E. Now let me make them capital. Now first scenario, what is their average salary? 60,000 if you are considered all the employees. So basically I can take here that 5 managers, their average salaries, correct? So basically this is sum of salaries of the manager. Can you feel this? M is their average and number of managers 5. 5 into M, average into number gives you the sum. So this is sum of salaries of managers plus sum of salaries of engineers. 25 divided by what? What is the total number of employees? 5 managers, 25 engineers, 30. So by 30, this is equals to what? This is equals to 60,000. Correct. Now, see, this is 60,000. Another thing that you will get increase, decrease also will be in some thousand. So you are essentially dealing with some things in thousand. So what I will do, I will just remove these 3 zeros. I will just treat it as 60. Eventually, whatever I get as answer, let's say I got 40, then 40,000 is the answer, 54, then 54,000 is the answer. It just eases the way I look at a question. Now, can I divide this both by 5? Yes. So I cancel out 5. So this becomes m plus 5e by 6 is equals to 60. Correct? 6 I multiply there. So this becomes m plus 5e is equals to 360. This becomes my first equation. Then let's do the second equation. It says if the salary that each manager received increased by 20%, that means this is the manager's average salary increased by 20% means what? Means what? This becomes 120 by 100 into m or simply 1.2 m, and that of engineer remains same. So let it be 5e only. Correct? No change in e. Then it says then the salary of all 30 employees would increase by 5%. So whatever was this number, 5% increase you have to do here. So now what is the 5% increase? 360. What is 5% of 360? 360. 10% is what? 10% is 36. Then what is 5%? 5% is 18. So that means now this has become 378. These are your two equations. Can you solve or not? Can you get the value of m or not? You can get it very easily. What you do? You just subtract them. Correct? 5b, 5a will cancel out. 378 minus 360. So basically this will give you minus 18 and this will give you minus of 0.2 m. Of course, minus minus you can remove. Now this becomes 180 by 2. Correct? Or m will come out to be 90. M is 90. Now you just put the value here and you get the value of E as well. So it will come out to be M is 90. So I am writing it here. M is 90 plus 5E is equals to 360. 90 minus 360 is 270, and that means E is equals to 270 by 5. 270 by 5, what you will get? How many times? How many times? 270 by 5. This goes 5 times, then 2 remains. With 20 this goes 4 times. This came out to be E. Now what do you think? 54 you got. What might be the answer? Just 1000 I had removed now. So 54,000 becomes the answer. Okay, this looks much more neat. That is why if you get a question in which some cost or some salary is given in thousands or in lakhs, even in crores, so try to get it to these numbers. What is the worst case that I could have got? I could have gotten like 5, like something like instead of 54 I could have gotten 54.8. Then also it does not matter. I know that I have to multiply it by 100, so eventual answer will become 54800. Correct? So it is much easier if you just remove those 3 zeros, 4 zeros, all those zeros, and solve it in decimal also. Ultimately I will multiply it then. This looks much more neat. Okay, that's it. Okay, so let's see this. This is question number 4. Okay, now it says Ramesh and Gautam are among 22 students. Okay, so in total there are 22 students who write an examination. Ramesh scores 82.5. Okay, the average score of 21 students other than Gautam is 62. The average score of all 22 students is one more than the average score of 21 students other than Ramesh. The score of Gautam is. Now, if you read this entire question, okay, it may seem complex, okay, but if you try to break it down, what is happening? There are 22 students, correct? Their average is, let's say, A. Okay, so let's say I assume that average of all 22 students is equals to A. Correct? I assume that the average of all 22 students is A. Now, in some cases, what has happened? In some cases, Ramesh is not included. In some cases, this Gautam is not included, and that's why there are some changes in the average. That is given. From that, we have to somehow find the value of Gautam. Now, just observe one thing. This is a very important number to us. This is the only number, a perfect absolute number that we have. Other things are just averages. So we won't get the exact value from averages. Now, Ramesh score was 82.5. Now, focus on Ramesh part where Ramesh is excluded or included. Correct? Now, focus on this line. The average score of all 22 students, I have assumed it to be A, is one more than the average score of 21 students other than Ramesh. 21 students other than Ramesh. So now what this mean that the 22 students has an average of A. The average of 21 students other than Ramesh is actually A minus 1. Correct? So the average score of all 22 students is one more than the average of 21 students other than Ramesh. Correct? So this is A minus 1. Now, if you have understood this, what is the real difference between them, between this 22 and 21? What is subtracted? Ramesh. That means that sum that you have here and the sum that you have here, if you subtract them, what you will get? You will get how much Ramesh has scored, and that is already given in the question. So I write here 21 students. What is the sum? Now 22 students having an average of A minus 21 students having an average of A minus 1. This is equals to score of Ramesh. Correct? Now just put the values. So this becomes 22A minus 21A. So this becomes A minus plus 21. Minus plus 21 is equals to Ramesh. What is the value of Ramesh? 82.5. Correct? That means A is equals to, if you subtract 21.21 from this, you will get 61.5. Correct? You can feel this. So average of all 22 students came out to be 61.5. Now the other part is much easier now. So what it says, the average score of 21 students other than Gautam is 62. So now the other scenario is 22 students had an average of A. Now A value also have found. This is 61.5. Then of 21 students, the average is actually coming out to be 62. And who has been removed? Who has been removed? In this case, Gautam has been removed. Now what is the difference between them? What is the difference between them? The difference between them is the sum total difference between them will give you the value of Gautam. Now, what is that? So 22 into 61.5 minus 21 into 60. This will give you the value of Gautam and what is asked in the question. Now, you may feel that the calculation is very tough. It is actually not. Why? Because you can do this only using last digit. See how I am doing this. See here, 22 into 61.5. Can I write it like this? 61 plus 0.5 means what? Plus 1 by 2. Correct? Now, minus 21 into 62. Fine till here? Now, if this is so, now see what I am doing. So I just focus on the last digit because it is different in all the options. Now it is 22 into 61. So this will give me last digit as 2. Then 22 into half. That means divided by 2. That means 11. 11 will give me last digit as 1 minus 2 into 1. What is this? 2. What this becomes? 2 plus 1? 3. 3 minus 2? Basically 1. So the last digit must be 1 for Gautam. Answer becomes B, 51. Understood? Or if you are in that mood of calculation, you can find the value. Still you will get the answer as 51. Okay, very conceptual question, that how you are approaching this. Okay, in questions, let's say in CSAT, sometimes what they will do, instead of having this second scenario, they can give the values directly. But this understanding of when it is included, when it is excluded, how to do it, this is important. And it is very intuitive also. Then do this second question. Pause and try. Very simple, tricky question, nothing much. Okay. A very important idea, because it is almost oral. If you know this or if you can feel it, otherwise you have to do a lot of calculation. Now, see, I am telling you, the mean of all 4-digit even natural numbers of the form AABB, where A is greater than 0, is what? Now, these are even natural numbers. Now, of course, A is greater than 0. That means you cannot have 0, 0 here. So it has to be a 4-digit number. Now, what are the possibilities? You tell me for BB. What can be the possible values of B if it is an even number? Possible values of B are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's it. Correct? If I put 9, then it won't be an even number. So these 5 values are there for B. Then next, for let's say AA or A, what are the possible values for A? Now I can't have 0. I can't have 0. But other than that, can I have 1 or not? You tell me this. You can have 1. Why? Because you see, look at this number, 1122. What is this? Is this even or odd? It is even. Correct? So 1 is possible, 2 is also possible, 3 is also possible. All these are possible. So 1, 2, 3 up till 9. Now, a very beautiful principle. We have learned that, see, all these numbers will get an opportunity. For example, 1122 is one possibility. Then 2222 is also possibility. Then 3322 is also possibility. 4422. Like that, how many you will get? 9922. Correct? So basically, what will come out to be average of last 2 digits. Can you feel this? Average of last 2 digits. So in this case, it will come out to be 22 only. Then if you take 33, 44, correct? Then it will come out to be 44 only. Like that it will be. Now, how many numbers with 22 you can get? Same as 44, correct? Last 2 digits 44, same as 66, same as 88, correct? So what are the possibilities here? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now, if I take all those numbers and I sum them, I will have equal occurrences of all of them. Correct? Let's say n times all of them are repeated. And I can take out, then what is the average of these 5 numbers? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. This is our arithmetic progression. Correct? In an arithmetic progression, if there are odd number of terms, what is the mean? Mean is the middle term itself. So 4 is the mean here. So if you add all of them, you will get 4 at the end if you want to calculate the mean. So in the mean you will get 4, but because B is repeated twice, so it will end with 4, 4. From this only you can get, but let's see A also you can find out. So 1 to 9, again 9 numbers are there, correct? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and goes on, correct? What is the middle term? 5 is the middle term. 1 to 4 here, then 5, then 6 to 9 on the other side. So 5 is the middle. Again, by the same logic, 5 will be the mean, correct? If I add them all. So the first or the value of a will be 5, or the first two numbers will be 5 5. 5544 is the mean of all these numbers. Okay, just by looking you can say, because you do know that if you take only even numbers from 0 to 8, what is the middle? 4, so 444. If you take numbers from 1 to 9, what is the middle? 5, so 555. So that way you can see it directly. Then let's do this. A, B, C are three positive integers such that the sum of A and the mean of B and C is 15. In addition, the sum of B and mean of A and C is 7. The sum of A and B is very doable question. Please pause and try if you have not done. Okay, it says what? The sum of A and the mean of B and C is equals to 15. Okay, and the other one is, no, I think it's 5. Yeah, I think it's 5. Let me check. Yeah, it's 5. Okay, now it says three positive integers such that sum of A and mean of B and C is 5. In addition, the sum B and A and C is 7. Then the sum of A and B is what? So this is 5, not 15. Okay, so this is 5. Now the other one, it says the sum of B and mean of A and C is equals to 7. Now it is asking you the sum of A and B is what? Now, so how many times this goes? This becomes 2A plus B plus C is equals to 10. What this becomes? This becomes A plus 2B plus C is equals to 14. Correct? Fine till here. I have sent 2 there. Now, if I just subtract them, what I will get? What I will get? Just subtracting both the equations, I will get C and C will cancel out. 2A minus A will be A, and B minus 2B will be minus B is equals to 10 minus 14 is minus 4, or B minus A is equals to 4. This is what I got. From here I can write that B is equals to A plus 4. B is A plus 4. Now if B is A plus 4, what is the value of C? That is possible. So now see, what are the possible values? So B is equals to A plus 4, and here I will write C also. Okay, here I will write A. Yeah, now first equation. So now if can A, B, C are three positive integers, so A cannot be 0. Now let's say if A is 1, then B becomes 5, correct? Then what is the value of C? You can put it anywhere. Let's say I put it here. So A is 1. Let's say A is 1. So A is 1 plus B is what? B is 5. Then C I don't know. By 2 is equals to 5. So 5 minus 1, 4. 4 2s are 8. And C will become equal to 8 minus 5, that is 3. So this is 3. Fine, possible. Okay. From this I can find the value of, because ultimately it is asking me sum of A plus B. So that also I am writing. A plus B will come out to be 6. So one possible answer that I am getting is 6 without any problems. Now, if you want, because this is a single correct question, so you can just mark D and move forward. If you want to check that why others are not possible, you can check. So basically if I take A is equals to 2, then what will be the value of B? So 2 plus 4, B will become 6. Now if I put it here, so what this will become? A is equals to 2, B is equals to 6 plus C by 2 is equals to 5. Now 5 minus 2, 3, 3 2s are 6. So C will come out to be 0. So now if C comes out to be 0, this is not possible. Why not possible? Because all of them are positive integers. So this is not possible. Now if you take A is equals to 3, of course B will become even greater, that is 7. So C will come out to be something negative, again, which is not possible. That is why the answer is this only. What is the value? A plus B. A plus B is 6. Okay, then Now, this one, it says in a group of 10 students, the mean of 9 lowest score is 42, while the mean of highest 9 score is 47. For the entire group of 10 students, the maximum possible mean exceeds the minimum possible mean by. Now, little tricky, okay. So, what it says, just observe this, that if I talk about the lowest 9 scores, total there are only 10 students. So if I write it like this, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Now lowest 9 is this, and the highest 9 are this. Can you at least feel this? Correct? This is highest 9, this is lowest 9. Now it says the mean of, now see how I am writing this notation I have used before also, same way we will be writing. So first I write that sum of numbers from 1 to 9 is equal to what? Sum of numbers from 1 to 9, 9 lowest numbers have 42 as the average. So this becomes 42 into 9. Then sum of numbers from 2 to 10, again only 9 numbers are there, correct, because 1 is not included, the average becomes 47. So this is 47 into 9. Fine till here. Now if I add them both, what I will get? Don't you think I will get 1 only once, first term, and I will also get the 10th number only once, but other than that 2 to 9 I will get 1 extra time. So I can write it as sum of numbers from 1 to 10, whole thing complete, plus what I will get extra? I will get S2 from here also, S3 from here also, correct, till S9 I will get from here also and here also. So this becomes plus sum of 2 to 9, correct. How many numbers are there, by the way? Here there are only 8 numbers, not 9, 2 to 9, correct. Now what is the sum total? So sum total you can add, correct, if you add both of them, this will become 9 into 42 plus 47 is 89. So this becomes 89 into 9. Fine till here. Now it says for the entire group of 10 students, the maximum possible mean exceeds the minimum possible mean by. So it is asking you to maximize or minimize this, correct, maximize or minimize this. Now how do I do that? Yeah, now sum from 1 to 10 will be equal to 89 into 9 minus sum of 2 to 9 by. Now this is equal, correct, just I have sent it there. Now it is asking you about mean, minimum possible and maximum possible value of mean of sum from 1 to 10. So mean, if I want to find, I must divide both of them by 10, correct, this divided by 10 and this divided by 10. Now this is the expression for which I want to find out minimum or maximum value and the difference between minimum and maximum. Now see this, it is not much calculative, if you can see, little difficult, I know. So if I want to calculate S2 to 9, now understand this, here the average was 42 and in this case the average was 47. So what do you think, if I take average, or if I want to take average of 2 to 9, correct, what is the possible value? What is the possible value? It must be greater than 42, correct. The least it can be is 42, the maximum it can be is 47, because 10 is greater than that, correct, and 1 is smaller than this, correct, because they are arranged in this lowest 9 scores, highest 9 scores, like that. So they are arranged like this. So that means if I take average, so average score for students 2 to 9 must be less than equal to 47 and greater than equal to 40, correct. This is the range. Now if this is the range, for how many people this is? This is for 8 people, correct. So this, if I want to find the sum, so it will be 42 into 8. This is the sum from 2 to 9 and this is 47 into 8. Now you have found both. I have to put the values here, correct? This and this, correct? Now just observe one thing, why you don't even have to calculate this, you will understand. So basically, see, if this is the expression, now I write like this. So this becomes, let's say this is the first, for the first scenario, maximum scenario or minimum scenario. Now what I will subtract it with, I will subtract it with same expression 89 into 9 minus sum 2, correct? The second kind of sum, maximum or minimum, whatever, 2 to 9 by 10. Can you feel this? That actually it is asking you for this. Now if you just subtract them, what you will get? 10 on upon. Now can you see that 89 into 9 and 89 into 9 will cancel out, and this minus minus will become plus, correct? This minus minus will become plus, so it will be one of the sums of 2 to 9 minus the other sum from 2 to 9 divided by 10, that is your answer. So now it becomes very easy. So what are the sums? The larger one is 47 into 8 for 2 to 9 minus the smaller one is 42 into 8 by 10, correct? Now 47 minus 42 is 5, 5 into 8, 5 into 8 by 10, 5 into 10 is 40, 40 by 10, answer becomes 4. So C becomes the answer. Okay, if you want to see it intuitively, you could have seen this intuitively also, that whatever is the difference is caused by, because 1 and 10 are whatever are value, those are fixed according to you are taking the minimum case or maximum case. So whatever difference is caused is because of this only, and the total numbers that we are taking in the final scenario, that is all 10 students, so it must be divided by 10. So those two possibilities you can take and do it, but this is the way you get to it. That's it. Okay, let's continue everyone. Okay, last 3 questions are a little easier. So now in a company, 20% of the employees work in a manufacturing department. Okay, if the total salary obtained by all manufacturing employees is 1/6 of the total salary obtained by all employees in the company, then the ratio of average salary of manufacturing employees and those in or manufacturing employees and non-manufacturing employees. So basic thing, first thing, you see this, you have to find ratio and percentage. If only percentage or ratio are given, what you can do? You can take any whole number to be the total sum of employees. That will ease out the calculation. Also, it makes it more intuitive. Now, in a company, 20% employees work in manufacturing department. So that means let in total there are 100 employees. 100 employee in total. Now, if in total 100 employees are there, now how many of them are in manufacturing? That means 20 are in manufacturing and 80 employees are in non-manufacturing. So I am writing N as non-manufacturing. Then now see, if the total salary obtained by all manufacturing employees, now what is the total salary obtained by all non-manufacturing employees? I don't know, but if let's say this is the average, okay, so I assume that this is the average salary of people in manufacturing and this is the average salary of people in non-manufacturing, because ultimately what I have to find? I have to find the ratio of average salaries of those in manufacturing and those in non-manufacturing. That is, I want only M by N. Can you feel this now? That is why I have taken them as variables. Now, the first case scenario. Now, only one equation I have to write. So it says if the total salary obtained by all manufacturing employees. What is the total salary obtained by all manufacturing employees? 20 employees. M is their average salary. That means total is what? 20 M. Can you feel this? 20 into M, whatever you want to write. Average into number. Fine. Now, number into average. Now, next. Is 1/6 of the total salary obtained by all employees. 1/6. This is equals to 1/6 of total salary of all the employees. What is the total salary of all the employees? Of 20 average, correct? 20 is the number of people doing manufacturing jobs in the manufacturing department and they have an average of M plus the other ones, that is 80 employees having an average salary of N. Fine. We have to find N by M. m by n. Very easily you can see from here only that I will be able to get to this. Now I just multiply 6 here, so this becomes 120m is equals to 20m plus 80n. Now 20m I will subtract there, so this becomes 100m is equals to 80n. 80 I send there, 100 I send on the other side. Sorry, n I send here, 100 on I send on the other side. So this becomes m by n is equals to 80 by 100. Correct? 80 by 100, that means what? 4 by 5. So 4:5 becomes your answer. Simple, nice. Then let's do next. Yeah, now this question 9. Again very easy. If a and b are non-negative real numbers such that a plus 2b is equals to 6, then the average of maximum and minimum possible values of a plus b is what? Now, see, very easy. What you have to do? A plus 2b is equals to 6. Now, can I write it as a plus b is equals to 6? Possible? Now, I have to do what? I have to maximize and minimize a plus b. Now, how do I maximize this? If I have to maximize a plus b, I must minimize this b because they are non-negative. That means they are both positive at least, correct? Non-negative means 0 or positive. Now, so if I want to maximize this, I minimize this and I will get the answer. Now, what can be the minimum value of b? B is, a and b both are non-negative real numbers. Non-negative. Non-negative means what is the smallest non-negative? 0. It is not negative. It is not saying positive. It is saying non-negative. So that means b is equals to 0 is one such value. If I put b is equals to 0, what this will become? 0, 0 and a will become 6. And what I will get as the sum, a plus b will become equal to 6. Correct? Now, let's take another. If I want to minimize this, what I can do? If I want to minimize the sum, see, b is written here twice, correct? Now, I can try with b is equals to 1, but that will be like b is 1 here, correct? So this will become a plus b is equals to 5 and 1 again subtracted, so it will become 4. 4 plus 1 is equals to 5, but I want the minimum one. Where can I get minimum one? If I put all the value, here what I did, I put b is equals to 0, everything was in a. Now, in the other one, what I will do, I will give more value to b, because that will minimize my a or the sum also. So now I take what can be the maximum value of b. A has to be non-negative, correct? So maximum b can be equal to 3. So then if b is equals to 3, you put it here, b is equals to 3, 6 and 6 cancel out, a is equals to 0. Then what is the value of a plus b? A plus b is equals to 3. This is the maximum, this is the minimum. Is there any other possibility? No, because we have already taken 0. If slightly here there you want to go, you will make one of them negative, which is not possible. So you have got maximum and minimum. It is asking you the average of this. So average of 6 and 9, what is the average? 6 and 9, average is, 6 plus 3, 9. 9 by 2 is 4.5. So D becomes the answer. Simple. Then last, very nice, okay, very bad looking question, but very simple logical. Now, it says what? The average of a non-decreasing sequence. Now, what is a non-decreasing sequence? See, this is a decreasing sequence, correct? Where the numbers are constantly decreasing, correct? Now, what is a non-decreasing? Why it is not saying increasing sequence? Non-decreasing means maybe it is constant, or it is increasing. Constant or increasing, but it is not decreasing. Understood? So either constant or increasing. This is the kind of series. So that means these numbers, for example, if I take any number a1 here and let's say an here or an here. So an may be equal to a1, correct, or greater than a1. To ensure this equality, this is given like this. Now, it says the average of non-decreasing sequence of n numbers a1 to an is 300. So that means what? a1 plus a2 up to an. What is the average? Average is 300. So that means this is equals to 300 into how many numbers? N numbers. Fine till here. Now it says if a1 is replaced by 6a1, the new average becomes 400. So now I replace this with 6a1. So I replace this with 6a1 plus a2 plus an is equals to 400 is equals to 400n. Now, can I subtract them both? Yes, very easily I can subtract them. So what I will get? What I will get? A2 will cancel, all these will cancel out, A and all these will cancel out. What will remain? A1 minus 6A1, that is minus 5A1, is equals to 300 minus 400, that is minus 100 into n. Now, minus minus cancel out, A1 is equals to 20n. Now, if A1 is equals to 20n, then number of possible values of A1. Now, you got this. Now, how many possible values? How do you think about this? Now, see one thing. The average in first case is 300. The average in first case is 300. What is the maximum possible value of E1? E1 is the smallest, correct? E1 is the smallest and the average is coming out to be 300. The best possible scenario for E1 to be the maximum is basically if the line is like this only. That is, all of them are of 300, 300, 300, 300. All the n numbers are of value 300. The average will come out to be 300. That is the biggest possible value of A, correct? Any other case, they will be bigger than A1. So A1 will have to be smaller, correct? So that means the largest possible value of A1 or maximum possible value of A1 is 300 itself. Now, if A1 is equals to 300, so this is the maximum possible value. So I am making the sign here. That is, E1 is less than equal to 300. Happy? E1 is less than equal to 300. What is A1? A1 is 20n. So that means 20n is less than equal to 300. Now 0, 0 cancel out. N is less than equal to 15. Now what are the possible values of n? How many numbers can you have? Now this is the sequence of numbers, correct? How many possible values of A1? So basically for each n you will get a different A1. So number of possible values of n is equal to number of possible values of A1. Now what are the possible values? Is n equal to 0 possible? No, but then that is not a series, correct? That is not even a series, correct? N is equal to 1 is possible. N is equal to 1. Let's try. So if n is equal to 1, what does this mean? That the series has only one term, and what is that term? A1. But A1, if I put it here, n is equal to 1, then A1 will be equal to 20. Then how the average is 300? 300 average is not possible, correct? So that means n is equal to 1 is also not possible. Now, if I take n is equal to 2, from here everything is possible. Why? Because if I take n is equal to 2, then this becomes A1 plus A2 is equals to, average was 300, so 300 into 2, that is 600 is the sum. Correct? What is the value of A1? If I put here 2, so A1 will become 2 into 20, that is 40. So that means A2 will come out to be 560. Does not matter. Is it possible? Yes. Who knows? Who cares? Correct? So from n is equals to 2, everything is possible. How many possibilities? N is equals to 2, 3, 4, 5 up till 15. So basically 1 to 15 there are 15 numbers. Correct? But 1 is not possible. So that means in total there are 14 possible values of n, and similarly 14 possible values of A1. C becomes the answer. That's it for this chapter of average. Thank you.